Back again.
Whenever I need you, you come around. Without you, I'm empty. You hold me down.
So them niggas get down, lay down, and stay down. You feel me?
Look at Brady, so weird.
Nigga feeling himself.
Right? Get down, lay down, stay
now you
down.
get the vibe? Okay, get it.
Don't fall
Slow
down.
one, slow one. Tick tock, tick tock.
Jock stomach.
Get down, lay down, and stay down.
Ola Wumi Alone.
Yes.
It's on YouTube. I heard you from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yo, that song was fire. I love
Good
it,
shit,
love
good
it.
shit,
Thank
good
you so
shit.
much, Queen.
Yo, do any of y'all know where that drum pattern is? That. Nah?
Nah.
This has been bugging me. That sounds so familiar, though.
Really? The
Yeah.
one in this song?
That song?
Yeah, if y'all know it, tell me what the
Let
fucking
us
drum
know.
pattern was.
I
'Cause
don't-
that's
I
from
don't
some
know.
song.
I don't know.
I don't even know what he just did.
Yo, we back, guys. PassTheAux,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, give him the
You
look.
done?
Talk that number shit.
This is your host and your favorite multifaceted black girl, Alexandra Alexis. I'm here with Black Nasarima.
Black.
On
My
both
skin is black.
sides.
SOS.
Yo,
Brady.
save our snakes, never replicated, never
Save our
duplicated.
snakes, Save our socks.
Save our snakes, you heard?
Some new naga.
Speaking of snakes.
Naga.
Let's get
Yo,
it,
our
let's
couch
get
niggas
it.
been quiet. What
Yo,
the
couch niggas, yo,
at?
couch niggas.
What the
Sleep.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo!
Wake the fuck up, nigga.
Yo, what up? Yeah!
We got Sue.
See!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All that shit.
Rise and shine,
And
nigga.
then we got Lucy. Dr. Duce.
You know what's in there.
You know what's in here.
flesh.
And this is the 11th episode of
Pass the
PassTheAux.
Damn, this shit getting hard. I might have to.
2 1s. Oh, you got it. Yeah.
He's dead.
Hey, what number's on your jersey, King?
Oh, yo.
Oh,
11!
festive.
I did it on purpose.
2 hours
There you go.
later.
You got that 11 on, you know.
What the hell does that even mean? What does that
Nah, it's a
Falcon?
Falcons.
Eagles.
It's on the shirt. She said the
Nah, I
Falcons.
saw that and I thought it was a Falcon.
Yo, Eagles, bro.
good?
Eagles.
Whatever,
Carson
this
Wentz,
match
baby.
is
We
not-
got that new contract. We here, but that's neither here nor there.
Yo,
Come
how
on.
y'all feeling, yo? We haven't linked up in a minute. We had the live podcast last week.
Word on.
Yo.
First
So fun.
off, appreciate everyone for pulling up to that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone for pulling up for the vibes. We appreciate y'all. It was a dope event. We plan to make the next one even doper. You feel me?
Yes,
Facts. Plan to
definitely.
make the next one a lot drunker, too. So, a lot of y'all, you know, we got bottles.
Not coming from this nigga. This nigga was
I
wasted
heard,
at the fucking thing.
I heard.
This nigga was
Yo,
wasted
you're
at
so
the thing.
unprofessional.
That's not me.
It's cool.
Somebody-
This nigga was so wasted at this shit. That shit was mad.
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, I was shocked.
It was the enemy of progress.
Yeah, I was shocked.
But yeah, definitely special shout out to everybody that came through. And if you ain't fucking
Natalie
with us, it says a lot.
she bought the
Oh
pouches,
yes,
right?
we had
Good luck
Natalie.
to
We had
Natalie.
the Bar
Appreciate you.
Boutique there.
We had Rage Fit there. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Appreciate
heads, you know, we
everyone.
had a lot of people.
Appreciate everybody
Appreciate
that came
everyone that
through.
pulled
Why
up.
not?
Appreciate
Yeah.
everyone.
Y'all some petty motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Petty motherfuckers.
Petty ass
And we appreciate
motherfucker.
everyone that pulled up.
Yep, we
Nah, yeah.
appreciate everybody
Yes.
that pulled up.
Everybody.
Even for those that may not be pulling up again. We
Wow.
appreciate you.
Wow.
I got a duck. That was a shot. I got a duck. That was a shot. That was a shot. I got a duck.
Dad?
Don DeMarco.
Dad? Yeah, my dad's picking me up.
That was a
So how
shot.
y'all feeling? You guys doing good?
I'm good.
Everything good?
Cool.
Alrighty, let's get into these topics. So,
Yes,
first
sir.
topic, you know, I know we talk about Jayz basically every single podcast, but it's because he's doing a lot of talkable
And he runs
shit.
hip-hop,
He's doing
basically.
a lot of, he definitely is the godfather of hip hop. So how y'all feeling about this
That is
NFL
a
partnership?
bold statement, but we're gonna talk about that later.
Oh yeah, the godfather of hip hop.
Right
NFL
now.
partnership though. NFL partnership.
Yeah,
You're
how
right.
y'all feel about this NFL partnership?
Black, take it
All right.
away.
So
Black
I
man.
understand the philosophy of trying to
Black
change
man.
the black man, black man shit,
Black
black
man,
man
black man.
shit. Now I understand trying to change the system from inside of it, but I just want to see what he does with it. It's too early for me to give too much of an opinion about it, but
Okay.
I do feel type of way that, you know, he linked up with niggas after we did this whole thing. Niggas done kneel. The Kaepernick lost his job. Now you're producing the show. But that's the only reason niggas watch the NFL right now, so or the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So I mean, let's see what you do with it.
I hear what you're saying. I just feel like I was watching, like I saw the clip and I like saw everybody's reaction. Social media is like, oh my God, Jayz, oh my God, you coon, I loved you, Jayz, oh no, oh no. They was playing the Blueprint crying and 24-second videos.
Niggas felt like it was over.
Ebro's old ugly ass was talking crazy. Niggas, but I feel like people are just missing the message behind it. Yeah, he did say that, like, when they asked, they asked him for a Super Bowl performance, right? And he was like, nah, we don't need y'all.
Yeah, he said,
I don't need you.
Yeah,
basically.
y'all need me.
Y'all need me. And that's exactly what they did. They needed him. So Roger Goodell knows the backlash the NFL's getting, right? So I think Jay-Z also looks at it in a way, he's not coming on to just say, oh, okay, every game we gonna sell Rock Nation take like whatever, or it's whatever. It's like, okay, I'm here specifically for social injustice. Now the NFL is full of black people. Majority black, minorities, whatever the case is. So like to have him do something like that, I think makes their job a little bit easier, because as we trash the NFL, we're not trashing the millionaires that are getting the bread. We're trashing the people who wake up every day try to get better. So for him to try to flip that narrative to make like, okay, the NFL isn't Coon City. Like that's not what it's for. I'm teaming up with them to bring light to social issues and police brutality and things like that. Like I don't feel like he was trying to take away from Colin Kaepernick at all. I think he was saying like, all right, y'all know the problem, let's fix it. Not that we're not, but this is why I'm here. Feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I got from that.
What you think about it?
Like Black said, I don't know enough about it. You know, I feel like Jay-Z's a calculated man, and he wouldn't make a move that would ultimately hurt him. Shut up. Speak up.
Speak up with your fucking chest. Speak up with your fucking chest. Speak with your fucking chest. Like, no, speak up. This nigga's like, well, you know, it's only
nah, but I feel like like Black said, I just I don't know his moves yet. I feel like he's too calculated to be like, do something that's gonna fuck up him and his brand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's just this halftime show or whatever it is, or is he playing a long game?
Playing a long game. He always played a long game. He's been playing a long game since he got in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like what makes him switch up now? One deal?
But no one thinks he's trying to use this to actually do good.
Oh no, of course.
No,
yeah, of course.
No.
But that's the whole point.
No, I think the conversation is more like doing good from what means, you know what I'm saying? Like you're crossing a line to do some good here.
I feel like I understand the outrage. I feel like I get it just because I feel like minorities are at a we're very sensitive when it comes to this. Like we don't know where our celebs are going, and we don't know what they're gonna do. Like we've had the Kanye West situation, and now with Jay. But not even to like compare it, but just to have Jay do it, I think people are very like, whoa, don't step too, like don't try to cross that line. Like you're bugging, and people are very sensitive. But I think people need to start looking at Jay as like he's low-key our informant. Like he's the guy who's sitting at the table with these big bosses. Like there's not a lot of them doing it. Jay is our informant. He's the one who really knows what's going on. He's very smart, he's very meticulous, and we've seen time and time again Jay-Z does like you said, he's a very calculated man. So I feel like at the end of the day we should just trust it, even though we're very sensitive and we're very not trusting, and I get 100%. Why it makes a lot of sense being with what we've dealt with, but I feel like we should just trust him and we should just see where this goes, because I really feel like
that's my problem. I feel like it's hard to trust Jay-Z. I feel like I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he can't be a good person. I just really don't know. At that level of power, he's dealing with some crooked motherfuckers. Like, and you know, if it is all about money, like Colton was saying before, like, it's like you see what people who are all about money, what they turn into. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, who knows? Also, those people who are money hungry, they make a lot of their moves look like it's for good.
Yeah.
I hear that.
And they could be using him as a
they could be using him as
they could be.
I feel like, but I just feel like if you're a billionaire, no one uses you for your agenda. He didn't have to go on that show. If he did it for money, there's a million ways he can make money, and he knows that better than anybody. He didn't have to do it. If it was a check, someone else can give him just as big of a check.
But the way Jay's trying to take over the world, he needs he needs to be with the NFL. Like, there's different pockets. I think
it shows camaraderie though. It shows like trying to like, okay, just because I may not agree with you doesn't mean that we can't come together to figure out something to go. Because it's like, I feel like nowadays it's super. I disagree or we have a problem. I hate you. I never want to work with you. And that's why nothing ever happens in the government, because it's Republicans versus Democrats, and they're just trying to spite the other, and no one's trying to work with each other, so bills don't get passed and things don't get done. He's saying, all right, well, look, you come out in the past and done this is how I feel, this is how you feel. Now, if you're telling me, you're giving me the opportunity to step in, and my role is to work with social injustice, police brutality, bring that into the light of the NFL, which is notoriously getting a bad rep, and you're willing to bring me on to build that change. He knows the potential of what that can do together. That's what I think. I don't think it's a check. He can get a check from anybody.
Nah, it's very true.
And if you got an extra check, I'm not gonna put my address on the podcast, but you got an extra check. Yo,
I'm just really not
I got an extra pocket. You know, you got an extra check. I got an extra pocket. You heard?
Oh my God.
Yo, SOS, save our savings. You know, that's how it goes. Save me.
He been plotting for that one. That was a good one.
That actually got me good. But nah, I think we just don't want no false prophets. We're scared.
We'll see.
No false prophets.
Trust issues. We got trust issues.
We really got trust issues, and I get it. I really get it. And Jay-Z's just a man, even though people think he's a god. So it's just like, damn.
Let's see what's up.
Alrighty, so guys, with the consumption of music, do we feel like it holds as much weight anymore? Like, do we feel like people... Like, what was your question, really?
So basically, with the amount of music that comes out now, do we feel like, with the amount of music that's coming out now, do we feel like we appreciate it more, or do we appreciate it less? Because there's a lot of music coming out. Like what?
Like music in general?
I'm not understanding either one of you.
All right, so what I'm saying
like
is...
music in general?
So are you saying like the basic influx of music, how we've been getting so much music?
So much music. What I'm saying is
to appreciate it?
Yeah, like, because there's so much music coming out. Are we able to appreciate that?
Like
is
oversaturation?
That more or less? Like, because I know, like, how many albums dropped just fucking yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot.
Mad albums. So are we appreciating the music that we're getting, or not really?
I don't know. I know back in the day when we had the Walkmans, you know, back in my day, I'm only 24, don't nobody play me. But yo, back in my day when we had the Walkmans, I had the whole NSYNC album like on the rotation, and I would listen to 1 through like 14. 13, 14, 15, and you would listen to it, and you would listen to it mad times. I brought it with me on a plane. I brought it with me in the car. I brought it with, and I could run it. Now I listen to one album, and halfway I'm like, okay, I've heard your voice enough. Next album, or whatever. So to your point, I don't think so.
Yeah. You don't think we appreciate it more?
Yeah.
It's oversaturation. It's too much.
I agree with Brady. I feel like the replay value, like even albums I really fuck with, like start to finish, that I would replay again. I don't even think about. They be like, I be going through my music sometimes, and like because I added so many new albums, I'll forget about a Goldie, like a oldie but a Goldie. You know what I mean? And then I'm scrolling down, and I'm like, oh shit, like this was my shit. Or it'll come on in one of my playlists, and I'm like, yo, Alex, what are you doing? Like this is your nigga. Like like I don't. It's weird because the way we used to like our icons in music before, it doesn't feel like that anymore. It just feels like I like a whole bunch of niggas
it's
now.
It's crazy because I was actually like, the same shit actually happened. I had my shit on shuffle, and Freddie Gibbs came on. I'm like, this is an old ass album. And I'm like, that shit just came the fuck out. Like, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, I just got so much new music that shit got pushed to the back. Like, Phil, what you think about that?
I feel like there is so much music nowadays. Everybody's chasing streaming numbers. So if your album has 22 tracks on it, people are going to get tired by like 15-ish. So half of your last quarter of your album's not getting listened to. Couple that with 7 other people dropping the same day you are on all streaming services. If they don't like the first 3 to 5 songs on your, first 1 to 5 songs on your album,
it's pretty much
people
done.
Aren't listening to it.
That's facts. I hear that.
Do y'all feel it's influenced by streams, or is that just...
I think that's a part. It definitely is, but not totally.
I think our culture as a, consuming people have done something to that, because we're real quick. Like, we want shit quick. Like, I need it now, done. And I think artists have evolved to that. Y'all want quick music? Bet. here's a 15-track album and they're all 1-minute songs.
Yup.
Yeah.
A minute 58 song. That's disrespectful.
A minute
don't even do
58.
3 verses anymore.
Hell no.
That's too long.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
a rare.
that's
That's
too long.
a rare.
That's a
too
rare
long.
commodity
That's rare.
now.
I mean, me
Yeah.
personally, when I'm listening to music, if a nigga got 5-6 minutes on a song, that shit like that to me is way too long. Like it is weird because 5-6 minutes. Like we were so nigga back in the day, niggas used to have mad long songs, but now 5-6 minutes of one song. You're like, my nigga, I'm trying to get to the album, bro. Like you sitting here blocking me with this 6 minute shit.
Blocking
Like,
me. And the worst part is like nowadays it's like people you listen to the whole album and it's literally the same thing. It's the same sound
Same
in the whole
vibe. I
album.
know
There's
what you- I
it's
know
the
what you
same
mean.
vibe like continuously over and over. Like I'm not even gonna talk. I heard that like we were talking about that Sway Lee Drake track. That's
Yeah.
not an album, but it's a single. But the reason I didn't like it is because I'm sitting here waiting for something different.
That's right.
Like, and it's just never
and
coming.
you always you get the
Just
same
never
type
comes.
of you get the same
shit.
type of thing. I definitely
It
agree.
never
And
comes.
this ties back to what I said a couple of podcasts before. a couple of episodes back. Like, I'm tired of the features too. Like, even with more albums coming out, it's the same features. We're getting the same people on the same tracks.
Oh,
Oh
no
yeah,
wonder.
I was like,
it's
where's
not
this
me.
random
Yeah,
person
that's fine.
calling? But yeah, like I feel like we have like even with all the new albums that have came out, I've been seeing the same features. It's either a Gunna or a Nicki or like we're getting
that's
the
business,
same.
but see,
I get the business, but
Oh shit,
I'm
yo,
just
chill,
yeah, like
to fuck
I'm
you
not
up.
even talking
Nah,
about that.
she gets the business, my nigga. She gets the
I
business.
get the business, but it's like more so to
Yo.
Brady's point of just like, like
same
now
thing.
we're getting the same type of shit. Like now it's like you go on an album and you see a song and you know if I see Gunna and Chris Brown, I know this is probably gonna be the bumping track. You play that like,
But
it's
that's
like
how they make their bread. You gotta understand that's how they making their money. Gunna is a certain type of artist. If you're gonna have a certain type of song, you're gonna feature Common on it. If you know that you want a certain type of vibe, that's the business of it. That's the hustle. Like,
but also the thing about it is though, like when you think of like somebody like an Ed Sheeran stepped out of his whole comfort zone for that last album. He was working with rappers.
yeah, I thought it was a really good
And
project.
it was a really good
It was
project.
dope. It was
so
dope.
it's like that's the thing is like everybody's I don't know like playing it safe. Like everyone knows what it is that they're
I hear
expected
that,
to
though. I hear
create,
that.
and they're creating it.
I hear that.
that's
Like they're
exactly
like,
what I
oh, this
mean.
is who I am. This is what I'm making. And I'll even say that even people like Drake, like.
Drake's been playing this.
That been playing the same. Like when I heard that feature with Sway Lee, I was like, this nigga wants to
Of
be on an
course.
island so bad. Everybody, can we talk about why does everybody want to be on an island so
Because-
fucking bad?
Yo,
Always on vacation. Ain't nobody got a fucking job. You know why I didn't feel that shit? Can I tell you why I didn't feel that shit? Because I was on my way back from my fucking job. I was like, yo,
Turn
this
my
shit is
birthday
not
into a
it.
lifestyle.
Facts.
That's
Talk
what
about
they
it.
do,
That's really what
nigga.
he
They
did,
turn their
right.
birthday into a
That
lifestyle.
nigga could
like,
do work in the Bahamas.
Yo,
Do
but it's
nothing
not
to
even only that. Like you have to think about it, guys.
Everybody
when every
Caribbean.
DJ goes to like other countries and other clubs and shit like that, yo, the songs that turn the clubs up are the Afro beats, the reggae
Nah,
beats,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Caribbean
yeah.
beats.
Burna
Like,
Boy.
bro,
Burna-
people love
Burna Boy.
people love music that makes them feel good. So when artists are going around the world and they're going to these clubs and seeing that, they're like, damn, all I gotta do is put on a little accent and put on these beats and I could have a hit. It's
Nah, it's
really like
facts.
that.
It's
Like,
facts. It's
so
really
I
like
feel
that.
like
Whack though, because that's gonna get played out.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
OD.
people are catching on to the point it's gonna just not work no more.
yeah.
It will, but like also, I feel like human laziness is a part because we don't look that hard for music. We really don't look that hard.
It's because it's just so available.
'Cause it's
Before,
so
y'all
much.
remember sites like Hip Hop Early and like all those
LimeWire.
I used to love that.
LimeWire.
That shit hopped on my computer so many times, bro.
Yeah, that piff. Like we used to be looking like, yo, people be like, yo, people say me all the time, like, yo, where'd you hear that song from? No, you had to search. Now you just go on browse on Apple Music, you go on whatever on Spotify, you go on
niggas
whatever
are
on
all
Tidal,
here.
and it's right there
Yeah.
at your fingertips.
Yo, I got a collection notice from T-Pain in the mail. From an old no front. Came in the mail.
Wait. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. This nigga's not talking.
Yo,
T-Pain went broke. This nigga needs bread.
Yeah.
I got a letter in the mail. It was saying a song I downloaded. I think it was I'm Sprung from like 2000.
You lying, bro.
I'm dead ass. Came in the mail, opened it up. They was gonna charge me like $30 or like see me in court.
Oh shit.
Or some shit, yeah. And I got that back. Shit, when did that come out? 03, 04?
I'ma send you a
T-Pain, you gonna do him like that?
T-Pain.
You gonna do him like that? last.
He about that 30.
Come on, you started
I'm
auto-tune. Look what's
Hey,
now.
at the end of the day,
How'd you get me? That song is fire.
Yo.
me doing things I never do.
if you ain't here,
I'm telling you.
Phil, you might have to pay that 30, son. That shit was
swing that bread. Lucy, swing that bread, bro. That shit fire. Swing the bread, bro. That's
I'm
it.
gonna go to court. I'm
Pay
gonna
up.
sign an autograph and then I'll
Pay up. That nigga not gonna be at court with you.
Yo, so now that we're talking about albums, let's get into Chance's Big Day.
all right.
Hot shower.
Slide around. Da 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 da.
that fucking Kids Bop
They talking mad
Slide
shit.
around.
They talking mad shit.
Slide
All right,
around.
so why don't you guys explain all the reasons why you hate
Yo,
it?
Chance,
I
let
don't
me
hate
tell
the
you
album
what you
in
should
the
have done
world.
I
with
don't
that
hate the
album,
album.
bro. Let me tell you what you should have done with
And
that
then we're
album.
gonna give our opposite
You
opinion.
should have been at your wedding day, at the reception, told him to put that slide down. Not that smart TV. No, not smart TV, a projector. You should have had a slideshow of you and your wife and played that album in the background. That's what you should have done with that album. Because that album was not what I was waiting for. Your wife.
about that album.
Black, what you think?
Now I'm not done, but yeah, you can come back. Yo, so let me tell you how I feel about this album. All right. You know what? I will say I appreciate this. Chancetherapper is one of like my favorite rappers, so I will never take away from his talent. I will never take away from his bars. We all know Chance could bar up a lot of niggas.
Anybody.
Chance could bar up any nigga, and his production is amazing, and he's a talented ass genius. But what I will say is this album, I get it. Chance is in a different space. He's not on acid anymore. He's not doing the shit he was doing before. He's not single. He's a father. He's married, and I appreciate the fact that he's elevated, and his music is reflecting that. He's talking about family things, his wedding, his family, all the people. All these are great things that I love, but put it in a slideshow and put it on IG. Don't give that to me as an album. I wanted an album. After Coloring Book, I was waiting because I really thought this album was gonna be just like blow me out the water, and all it did was blow me. I don't even know. It just blew me.
Black, what you think, Black?
All right, so
that's all it did. Blew me.
What you
so
think,
that
Black?
album sucked dick. Here, play the advertisements because that's what that album was. That album, you're gonna hear Chance's album in like 6 advertisements.
What's up?
Nah, all right. So here's how I feel about
Slide
that
around.
album. I appreciate that album. It's a good album. It's a really good album. There's some good production. He's getting down with a bunch of different people. He's trying to be fucking. I was talking to my boy Miles about it. He's trying to be Mr. Chicago. Trying to get down with everybody. That's why he got the baby on it. That's why he got fucking Francis and the Lights on it. Coco Rossi, who hasn't released a song in fucking 3 years.
Mad long.
So he's trying to, guys, you guys can come and fuck with me. So how do I communicate that? Let me make a cohesive album where I'm not rapping my ass off completely. So you guys know that.
He did not rap
How
with
does
that.
this Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We'll let the comments.
That's what we think about.
It's
his
not. Let me
fucking
tell you why.
Opinion.
I'm not saying he didn't rap because he still had that crazy verse on "We Go High." Nigga
Yeah,
said,
We Go
"Lord
High
bless
was-
my
Rule was
lineage.
fire,
Let him
too.
know who Kenny is." Like this nigga rhymed Phineas with Balchinians. That's crazy. But what I'm saying is he only did that for 4 of his 22 tracks.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
No, he
Bro,
didn't.
you
He had
not-
bars on every
He had
track.
bars.
He
Like,
had
what
bars.
do y'all-
Yo, can I tell you?
22 bars.
Y'all heard 5-Year Plan?
That's another
Yeah.
good one.
Okay.
That's one of the
Y'all
four.
heard
He said
Eternal?
Yeah.
He didn't
Smino?
rap on that.
He
Eternal.
didn't rap on that?
That's crazy.
He didn't bar
rap
the fuck up on that.
He didn't bar the fuck
He
up
could
on
rap.
Eternal.
It was good.
Okay, out of the
You're not
22
hearing
songs,
me.
you're giving me 3 songs.
Y'all aren't
I
hearing
can
me.
go. I can keep
Getting
going.
these
What are you
three
talking
Y'all
songs
about?
aren't hearing
Like,
me. Y'all aren't hearing me.
play
Huh?
something. Yeah, play like a little joint, but keep going though.
What I'm saying is he did. Chance could write. We know that. What I'm saying is he's thinking less when he writes. Like in a sense
Nah,
where
this
he's
was
not.
very gimmicky.
He's going from side niggas can't dance like this
That shit
to
was hard.
fucking. And it was. It's cool. You can groove to it. That's what I'm saying. It's the Kids Bop ass album. Not in a
This is
disrespectful
a
way.
Kids Bop album.
But you're gonna see most of these songs on TikTok with niggas doing this to it. That's the fact.
Bro,
That's how
all
it's
I've been,
gonna be.
ever since this album dropped, I've been seeing white kids on skateboards dancing to his tracks.
But you know what though? Like Chance has always had that fan base. It seems like to me, like every time I meet some skateboarder or whatever.
They like Chancetherapper.
Yo, stop chatting, bro. Hear this shit.
Go ahead.
This is not doing nothing.
It was all us crammed in the house.
His brother out-rapped him on this.
Ooh, this song was fire. This song was fire.
Band in the house. My dad drove Jack, started band in the house.
Come on!
One of the 4 or 5.
What that
Come
mean?
on, all right.
Yo,
I can only play so much.
and his brother out-rapped him on that.
And his brother out-rapped him on that?
Yeah, Taylor Bennett did better.
You heard
That was your point?
Lucy's like, that was your age.
That was your point?
I have
now
10
play Acid
seconds.
Rain. Now play Acid Rain.
No.
Exactly.
I don't want to.
He went from
No, I don't want
chipped
to.
off my shoes,
It's
kick
America.
acid in my rain.
I don't
my
have to do-
jacket as a
I don't have to
cape,
do
my
shit.
umbrella as a what?
All right, look, y'all done.
The richest man roster,
Yo, y'all done?
snatchless
Yo,
necklace,
Soon,
youngest
imagine,
bitches
y'all
and
done?
back.
Y'all- my cup empty.
imagine going to a man's album to listen about not even drugs, but just feelings, like the internal feelings you hold in your subconscious.
But isn't that
and then
what
going
artists-
to an album to hearing slide around.
No. This nigga, but that's the thing is this nigga
was.
was talking about his subconscious. Not only was he talking about the things he thinks about in the world he's in, he's like,
And then on this album,
Hell
on this
yeah.
album, you heard
he
the
was
track
talking
with
about-
Gucci?
Yeah, he was talking
You
about his life.
He was talking about his life. He was talking about the times we live in. He's talking about how other people view themselves. He's
Yeah.
talking about how you should love yourself. How it's not a sin to love your woman. How it's not a sin to be a good person. How he could fucking rap his ass off and make slappers and still be on
know
the
I
flip
love
side.
all
Hold on.
those
So here's
things,
my
but-
thing on it.
Yo.
I think this goes back into the point that we just had about is music going by too fast
And
nowadays?
didn't you say it was
Hold on.
gimmicky?
It was a little gimmicky, but I think it goes back into the point that we had previously. Yo, I don't think niggas is sitting with the album. I think niggas is listening to it once and then they're letting it rock.
Sure, you should be the last
Let him finish, let him finish.
Because the first time I listened to it, I felt the exact same way.
said- y'all
I was
both
like,
said
you
it.
remember
I know,
that shit?
I both
said
I felt
it.
the exact same way. I was like, this shit is whack. I'm not feeling it.
And then you got
I
some
listened
songs
to
you
it,
liked.
I listened to it again. And I changed my whole perspective. That happened with me with J. Cole's Forest Hill Drive. I didn't like it when I first heard it. And then when I heard it again, I fucking loved it.
You didn't like
Bro,
Forest Hills Drive when you
When I first heard it, I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Anyways.
That was just me. Like, that's just me.
Wow, that's
But-
crazy. I heard. Wow.
But like I'm saying,
Wow.
with Chance's album, I feel like niggas is not sitting with it and they just listening to it once and yeah, that shit's whack, and then they jumping on the bandwagon. That's what we do now.
Jumping on the
They jumping on the
bandwagon,
hate
nigga.
bandwagon.
I started the bandwagon.
So,
I'm the first motherfucker who said it wasn't good. So what are you talking about?
Yo, Alex is
I'm jumping on the bandwagon.
So when
my god.
to some news point, when the album first dropped in the group chat, I was like, yo, the first 6 tracks, they're all fire. It's
You
the
did,
album
you
of the
did, you
year.
said that, you
Yeah,
said
he
that.
did
Listen to
say
the
that.
album like 5 more times, and I'm like,
Black
well,
did say that.
I'm not really feeling it. It's not. I
Alright.
can't.
Music is subjective.
How many times
Music
y'all
is
listen to it
subjective.
start to finish?
Every day.
I don't have time
Every
like
day?
that. The
And
thing
the
is, I
way
don't
to
have
work,
time
on
like
my
that.
way
I
back
listen,
from
I
work.
listen to it like in bits and pieces.
In the
but
shower, out the
bits
shower.
and pieces that I did listen
When
to. I
I'm
enjoyed.
cooking, when I'm sleeping,
There are good. Let me tell
when
you.
I'm eating,
these
when
are
I'm
good
jerking
tracks.
off,
Y'all not.
when I'm fucking.
When you what?
Huh?
Yo,
Nigga be slide around. With some people, I'm a guy around. That's what he doing.
yo, Brady's a real life weirdo, but I will say, yo, Chance,
shit.
don't worry, I'm still a fan. I will still rock with you. I will still wait for the
He'll
next
outbar
one.
any nigga too. Keep it a
Yeah,
stack.
It's a
Keep
great
it 100.
album.
He'll outbar
It's a-
any nigga.
And he'll
Aside
probably,
from me.
and he'll go to
But
he'll go to
nigga,
church.
like-
I feel like I like Chance because he can either go to church or slap the chick that works at Chick-fil-A.
He's
There's
not slapping
no
the chick-
in
the chick.
between.
He's
Yeah,
not
if he
slapping
don't
the chick
got
that
the
works at-
sauce,
He's
if
not
she didn't
slapping.
put the Chick-fil-A sauce in the
He's not.
bag, she's getting the hand.
And
On
Chance-
that album, he's doing a
Chance,
bar
please,
about how
please.
pointless
I'm
it was
about
to
to
argue
say
over
something
songs.
real crazy,
Like,
but
he
please
not doing
don't,
that.
Chance, don't ever let anybody feature on your song talking about. What did she say? Nah, let me read it verbatim. Don't ever. I ain't taking hand waves when I'm in Dubai. Bye, Nikki. What happened, son? What happened, Nikki? Chance.
That's a whole nother conversation. though.
But
That's a
Chance
whole
is
nother
doing the
conversation.
thing. He's
All right,
like,
yo, pass the aux, bro. Pass the aux. Pass the aux.
All
Pass the
right,
aux.
we lit.
You're not
Chance,
agreeing.
keep doing your
Pass
thing.
the
Music
aux.
is
Good
subjective. Niggas gonna feel it. Niggas not gonna feel it. We'll get back to it. All right. Pass the aux.
Whatever. Alrighty, so this is Trey's bum ass question because you guys know Trey is a sexist.
we not gonna throw that narrative out there. We not gonna throw that narrative out.
Nah. The audience knows that Trey is our sexist panelist. But anyway,
Got you.
Give a fuck what the audience knows. What the fuck? Keep going.
Our
He's talking about you. I give a fuck. He said he give a fuck about how you think.
Are gender roles an old way of thinking?
Gender roles are outdated.
Are they outdated?
I don't like how you said
Trayvon, please. No. Some Nunaga. Can you please address the audience and let them know what that means?
I'm basically asking, like, do y'all think like men and like
this nigga I hate baby.
do y'all feel like women's role and men's role, is that outdated? Like, you know, the typical women cooking, cleaning thing, is that outdated in this current era that we live in, or is that something that still people live by? They adhere to those principles. Like, what do y'all think?
Can I comment?
What's up?
I don't say it's outdated. I would say now we're starting to see that's not the case. And we've been seeing for a little while that's not the case. But as far as outdated, as in out of style, nope. I'm Nigerian. I grew up, my mom was in there. What? Yo, my mom used to break knives
I feel like the angrier Caribbeans are, the better the food is.
The better the food is.
The better. That's
yo,
so true.
My mom had an attitude every day, and that food was slapping. So what are you talking about? And when it talks about roles, we're talking about women like cooking and cleaning, and then men bring home the bacon. If that's not the case, look, my fellas, I'm not saying that if you don't work, try to kill yourself to make more than your wife to put it in a position to do it. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm saying if it naturally goes into there's a breadwinner, whoever playing the second role is playing the second role. Hey, there's only one point guard on every team. The point guard dishes. Everybody got a role. The point guard is dishing it.
Okay.
I have my wife playing point all day, dishing.
Okay.
Dishing everything. Like,
okay.
All
right, yo, Soon, what do you think about that, bro? I want to know your perspective.
So it's weird because I feel like it is old school only because like those roles aren't naturally filled now. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met so many girls that don't know how to cook an egg. And you know, like that's
where they at?
don't want to. Like,
I never made
facts. They don't.
Facts, they don't want
like,
to.
You don't want to learn to cook? Nope.
Yep.
That's
it's like
OD.
wow, like
Yeah.
You know, so like that's what kind of like makes it weird because it's like naturally we're not into those roles now, but I feel like overall it shows sometimes that it's like okay, cleaning for instance. Women are just better at cleaning than we are. It's not like
we're more meticulous about it. Yeah.
I just think like like if a guy's gonna clean the table, he's not gonna lift up shit. Like he just wipes shit, and then the girl's like, nah, you gotta get under here. Like and it's like, oh yeah, you're right. Or they know efficient ways to do things. Like this shit dumb.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's why all we can do is make money. That's it.
You know what I hate? One thing I really do hate about the women and men argument is when people say that women are smarter than men, or people be like men are smarter than women. They're equally just as smart. It's just different ways of thinking. Like I really hate that. Like that's a pet peeve of me. Like I don't know. That just really bothers me. Alex, what do you think? You're a female,
bro. I'm Caribbean, so my take on it is always gonna be different from like. Other women that I talk to about things like this because I've spoken to various different women and people have different takes. Me and my girls, like I'm friends with a lot of Caribbean girls. Like my friend group consists of Caribbean girls. Like we cook, we do these things, and we take pride in these things. And it's not just because of the fact that like we take pride in it because this is like a generational curse that we've been bestowed on. Like we're enslaved to this thinking. Like it's nothing like that. It's just the simple fact that I seen a dynamic growing up of like my mom doing things. I spoke about this at the live event, but like I watched my mom. Like my mom was a hard worker. My mom worked 2 jobs growing up. The only time me and my mom had alone time and could spend time with each other was a lot of the times was cooking or cleaning. And that's sad to say, but it was true. Okay. Like we chop it up while she's cooking and cooking for my dad, cooking for my brother, like for them to come back or whatever. And I grew up seeing that, and all it did for me was make me learn how to cook. And now that I'm in a relationship and stuff, I like doing those things because I like when my man is like, oh, this food tastes good, or not even my man, my friends are like, yo, this tastes bomb, Alex. Like what the fuck? Like I like that, and I generally feel like the roles that women have now it's a little harder now because I feel like back in the day you were taught these things. Parents don't have time to teach kids shit anymore.
Facts.
Like, to be honest, it's what you see now. It's really just what you see, and you take that and you run with it. And I think a lot of people can't even cook anymore because a lot of parents ain't cooking no more.
That's
like,
the thing.
Before you even say that, now going back to your point, you said that you don't agree that women and men, like, one smarter. Like, what did you say you don't agree?
I think like I don't agree. Like, I think that when you say in a different way, men and women are smarter in a different way. I think men are more objectively smarter, and I think women are more emotionally smarter. Like, my girl can tell me, like, objectively, like, putting emotions aside. Like, putting emotions aside. Like, my girl tell me something.
There's a bunch of girls at that computer right now, like, get him,
Look,
I hate that word.
Look. I can't even finish on
Let me finish
my nigga. Finish with that smile on your face.
Because you walking in dangerous territory.
Finish with that smile. I'm about to wipe off your goddamn face. Keep going.
I love women. I'm just saying, like, I feel like my girl would tell me things, like, on how to like, when I say objectively, I feel like, okay, like, our stress management is better. Like, okay, like for instance, like, emotionally, like, my girl, like, can get frustrated, and then that frustration can cloud something, as opposed to, like, oh, okay, I know I'm doing whatever, I'm frustrated, I'm tense, but this is the way to do it to cause least whatever. I feel like girls are explode, like, they're more like frazzled, if that makes any sense. Every girl I've ever met has been frazzled, express their emotions more.
I just hate the fact that women equate to emotion. Like,
they do.
You guys need to understand though. Like,
I think that's genetic.
But there's a lot of bitch ass niggas that's emotional too though. So it's kind of hard.
And there's some bitch ass niggas that do things worse than bitches do. Like, that's the thing.
That's
like,
facts.
Females, I feel like. And this is such a hard conversation because we all deal with such different females. Like, I can only speak for the female that I am. I'm a real ass bitch. Yeah. So I don't know I don't relate to none of this shit you're talking about, honestly. Like, I don't know.
But Alex, to keep it a stack, to what you were saying though about the cooking though, like, look, again, I'm a Nigerian man. Like, Mother Africa, you know, like, the women should know how to chef it up. I should know how to chef it up.
Yeah,
there's no reason I shouldn't know how to cook.
Yeah, ladies.
That's not what I'm saying. Men need to know how to cook.
Yeah,
if you can't cook as a man,
what's up?
Cooking in general,
everyone should know how to cook.
We should know how to cook. That's how we live.
Facts. Eat. Talking about I don't want to cook. Like, if my girl's cooking, this should be me 10 minutes later. That's how you know you got some fucking good ass cooking, bro.
That's how you know it's some gas.
That's how you know it's some fucking gas.
We do that like,
oh shit. Oh.
And they do this right after.
but we do have to.
Nigga, what?
Wait,
no, wait, real quick.
You gotta check your drawers on that one.
Nah.
That's how you know you got that good ass cooking.
You might have allergies, my nigga. That's not good cooking.
How we gonna end this topic?
But before we end it, but at the same time, I do have to shout out to the girls because there are some girls that are in relationships with some niggas that can't do shit.
Facts.
Like, there's females I know. I have friends in relationship with men who literally they're like their second mother. Like, cannot do. And honestly, I be feeling like my man's second mother too. Like, men, you guys are very incompetent.
I agree.
No, you guys really are.
No, I agree. It's facts.
And
I'm hella
you guys need to understand. At the end of the day, we are
incompetent.
innately mothers. Like, women are we are mothers. Like, we are caregivers. We are loving. So it's like a lot of the times we feel like we have to take these responsibilities that are not even our responsibilities, but it's just the burden of being a woman. Like, y'all gonna expect that. You talking shit with your boys, you ain't gonna talk about, I don't know how to cook a scrambled egg, but you gonna surely say, yo, you know this bitch don't even know how to fucking make a scrambled egg?
Yeah.
What about you, nigga?
But the thing is, though, you know what a man does know how to do, and what a good man knows how to do is a good man, if he don't know how to do all that shit in the house, he knows how to go get that shit. That's the thing.
Facts.
That's what separates a lot of men from boys. Because if you can't do that, you better as well go get some other shit. Better go bring the fucking eggs that she's cooking. You gotta figure out. That's the balance.
That's that boss talk. Wish I had some bosses around me. I'm just joking.
At the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, the real thing is balance. It's all about balance. That's what life is about. Balance. You balance out. It's not about being smarter than one another. It's about working together and trying to get something
not
done.
50-50, 100.
Yeah, just like Corey said on that event. Corey said that. I like that.
Like, you know, I agree.
We'll get back to this.
But speaking about relationships, yo, I feel like in this day and age, just real quick, y'all think it's kind of played out to have a girl or to have a significant other?
I don't think it's played out, but niggas is definitely getting open to
niggas is not on that wave no more, bro.
I'm on that wave.
Yeah.
I'm a one girl type of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't want to deal with multiple women. Like I have other things to focus on.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just one woman's good enough.
Okay.
I agree.
That's already a headache.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. That's a
It's
lot of bullshit.
Look,
Okay.
I mean, in my I'm gonna be
Don't
careful
blame
how I
Africa.
phrase
Yeah,
this.
be careful how you phrase this.
In my heyday,
Your girl
when
on the
I was
computer
when
right
I
now,
was
nigga.
when we was
Nigga.
juggling, when I was juggling like this, I was.
Okay,
Nigga was-
I'm not gonna lie, I had the jersey on. I felt like I was part of the team.
Nigga was
That's
in
what I
production.
did. Like that was what I did. Like we was in it. But it's part of the game. Like it's part of the sport. Like it's part of the hunt.
see
And
what
I
you're
feel
saying,
like
though.
nowadays it's like. I think it also, the reason why I brought it up, because I think it low-key ties into music. Niggas been talking about fucking bitches for so long and fucking all these bitches. Everybody just wants to fuck all these bitches. Or fuck all these niggas. Nobody wants to, and I feel like it was always, fuck all these bitches, fuck all these bitches, fuck all these bitches. So now the girls was like, yo, fuck all these niggas, fuck all these niggas, fuck all these niggas.
And they
And
screaming
then
just
now
as
it's
loud
like,
now, yeah.
fuck everybody, fuck everybody, fuck everybody.
No, for real.
And now it's like, everybody's just fucking everybody.
like this, fuck
They
you,
on the
fuck
side,
you,
fuck
nigga,
you,
what's
fuck
up,
nigga, fuck you. Because the boys started it, but the girls is definitely finishing that
and they
shit.
definitely
Like,
finishing that
yo,
I'm telling
the
you.
girls is finishing that shit.
All this shit is hot and nice until you're at your friend group at brunch and everybody got a ring and you there like
Or everybody else
I don't got a nigga.
I know, or if you're sitting alone.
Or
You're sitting alone.
I'm telling you, all this hot girl, hot nigga, all that shit is foo-foo lies.
That's what I was about to say,
Because when
yeah.
friends are in their friend groups and they're with their people and they see this shit, they see Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade and Beyonce and everything, they're the ones behind their phones talking about, oh my God, couple
And that's from a girl's perspective. From a guy's perspective, yeah, a lot of niggas be saying all that shit, but I done had real conversations with real solid ass niggas, and they just like, yo, for real, I got a rider on my side.
I want
like,
my rider.
for real, I got that one down ass chick who will do a lot of shit for me that a lot of other girls wouldn't do.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, all that Alex, you said it perfectly. A lot of that shit is a facade. Niggas be saying that shit. They be like, yo, I'll fuck any bitch. I'll fuck the baddest bitch. And then you see they pulling up with Miss Piggy over here. Like,
and
what the fuck?
honestly, real quick, that ride or die shit is a facade too. There be hella bitches. There be hella niggas and bitches out here doing foo-foo shit, talking about I'm a ride or die. I would do anything for you. That's a lie. Yo, honestly, don't listen to the internet.
Oh my God.
I think that's
Stop listening to me.
Do your research.
Do your research, bro. Yo, ask for the Carfax.
Oh my God.
Ask for the Carfax.
Yo, are you guys the type of people to, like, when you guys get in a relationship, are you guys the type of people to ask, like, how many people you've been with? Your partner?
Yeah.
Phil, you said no. Why you say no?
I said no because one, that's none of my business. Two, I probably don't want to know anyway.
Yeah.
If I'm the last one, I'm the last one.
Oh, that's real. Why you say that? Yeah, that was
Can I take my answer back?
What's up? You said but.
But if they do decide to answer that question, just know it plays into it.
It does.
You know
it
why?
definitely does. Yeah, that's a fact.
You know
What's
why?
up, Brady?
Because I've met a 30. I've met a 40.
Girls
Bodies.
You met a girl with 40 bodies. Oh, I
30
know girls
bodies.
with that.
I need to know this information before I'm 31.
Yo, hey.
I don't never want to be a 30. Yeah, for my Spanish people, 30, that's 30. I don't want to be a 31. That's not me. I'm not a fucking 31, nigga. What are you talking about?
So you good with an once?
I be with an 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. No fucking 31. Fuck is you talking about?
As a girl, if a man had multiple bodies, how do you feel about
30
that?
bodies. 30.
So so in my life, I used to talk to this kid, and when that question came along, that's what made me stop talking to him because this man, and it's not, and it's. He was, this nigga told me, he was like, honestly, I stopped counting after like 25. And he said he stopped counting like 5 years prior to that at at 25.
Oh,
so
nah.
that's disgusting. Like, to me, and I didn't even stop talking to him because of that. But to me, it's just like,
Hey.
I don't ride like
but
that.
on the flip side, hey, my brothers, y'all got that, y'all in the 30 club, hey.
And guys are different.
Hey, my brothers in the 31 club, my guys.
And guys.
My bros. My bros.
Yo, half Spanish
my fucking bros. Yo, all my niggas in the 30 and up club. Yeah. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up, Alex?
Zoom
What'd you
in.
say? What'd you say, Alex?
Like I was saying, and guys are very different from females. Well, most of the females I've encountered, you know, girls don't usually have sex as early as men. You guys stick it in.
Usually.
You guys, your dicks are kind of like
I feel
how you
girls be the
approach life.
freakiest.
Nah,
girls be the freaky dickiest.
men, you guys have a dick for a reason. It's how you approach life. You stick it in, you leave. Yeah, good for nothing. Just stop. Boom,
That's how I do a lot of things.
Yeah, you just stick it in, you leave. You just do it and you go. So it's just like.
So, okay, let me ask a question. How many is too many bodies?
40.
That's up to the person.
It's up to the yeah.
50.
I'll
I'll answer 50. If you got 50 bodies, love yourself. Love yourself, beloved. If you got 50 bodies, love yourself. Like,
Nigga said
love yourself. Unless you're like famous as fuck. Like, unless you like someone who's got.
Change?
Because none of these niggas is married and they all just smashing. However, like,
but why does that make it okay?
Like, if your bodies don't match your lifestyle. Like, there's no way you should be a grocer at ShopRite and you have 50 bodies.
Makes sense. Okay,
yeah. That's
makes
weird.
Sense.
You know why?
You know what I'm saying?
Me,
like,
the only reason
60 bodies and you bagging groceries and bagging bitches. I guess. You bagging and tagging everything.
I know a guy who has like over 150 bodies, and he's type depressed right now that he can't find a girl.
Damn. Real shit.
Like, and he's like approaching his like 30s. And shit.
I mean, and all jokes aside, it's a fact. Like, approaching 30s.
It's so funny because I think I know he's talking about.
And to me, sex
say
is
his
such.
Name drop.
Keep going.
The only reason why it's a problem for me is because I feel like sex is such a like
Intimate.
energy exchange. Like, you are letting, like, for me, you 30 plus girls and you still don't got a girl. Like, there's a reason for that. Maybe it's because you just sticking it into anything. Like, to me, it's more about the exchange, like the energy exchange in it.
Yeah,
like, I don't want all that.
Nigga.
I don't want your 30 girls that all your fucked up energy inside me. Like, keep that in your dick.
Yeah, I had a nigga one time. His name was Easy.
Wait, you had a nigga one time?
Yeah, I had a nigga one time.
Of course, that's what Brady heard.
Wait. Okay.
That's what Brady heard.
Okay, Black.
Brady was finally gonna be like, oh my God, finally.
No, you're right, Black.
What did he say? It's my homie.
Now you drinking water.
Yeah.
Now we drinking. Now you thirsty. I ain't seen that water all day. You drinking. Now you thirsty, huh? Now you thirsty.
His name was E, right?
And his name was E.
He was a pimp, right?
He was a pimp. Oh shit.
Easy to pick.
So he told me one time he was like he don't smash bitches because it's 10K for the dick.
Wow.
That's what he basically told me.
Nigga got a rate?
He said 10K for the dick.
That's a real pimp.
That's a pimp.
Black, how do you feel about it?
Word, Black, what's your perspective?
I'm not gonna wait on what, because we morphed the conversation.
Nah, I mean, back when we were talking about bodies. Bodies. How you feel about a girl with mad bodies? Is there ever too many bodies?
Is it about too much for it? We had that. Yo, the question for the viewers today, we want you to know, is 10K too much for the dick? Answer below.
10K.
Answer below. Is 10K too much? I would pay 10K for 8.
Black,
wait, you'll pay 10K for what? Nah, finish. Yo, talk. Speak your truth, Alex. You paid 10K for who?
For what?
She said I paid 10K for.
She said,
oh, what, Drake?
Yo, Drake, I love you, but I would never pay 10K for your dick.
You better not.
You better not.
Yo, shorty, if you pay 10K for the dick, you need help, son.
I wouldn't pay 10. Yeah, I wouldn't pay 10K to get my mom out of jail. Talking about 10K for the dick.
See, this nigga always got to take
talking about 10K for the beef or 10K for the pum.
What's your perspective before we move on? What's your perspective on the bodies? Don't just like if a girl.
I don't know how many is too many. That number changes the older I get. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, it's an important conversation to have. I'm not gonna
before you start like being serious.
Smashing.
Before you start smashing. That's
before you have sex, you have to ask these questions.
Nah, before you.
These are the questions you should ask before you have sex.
So, Black, basically, before you rearrange the furniture, you gotta let us know, bro. You going before you rearrange her furniture.
Don't give me that metaphor.
How many bodies is gonna make you turn around and go back to IKEA? You let me know. Right now, at your current age, right now.
My current age? 23.
Such a weird question.
It is a weird question.
Yeah, that's hard. Like 10, because if she does
60?
11.
60? She was like, I got 60 bodies.
60's too much for me.
Oh, that's the answer.
60's a lot for fucking Chris Humphrey.
50's a lot for me too, my nigga.
Like, 50's a lot. 50's a lot.
Niggas be running through
right now, I'm gonna say 15 is too much because I don't want to be too judgy, and at the same time, like,
what if you really fuck with her?
What if you really fuck with her?
30 bodies.
Then let's have a conversation about where those bodies came from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and why? Yeah.
If I'm really feeling you that much, like, okay, like, what's good with your sexual energy?
What if they say it's none of your fucking business?
Then we not in a relationship.
Yeah, then we not talking.
We not talking.
I don't even make sense to be with.
I mean, because I feel like, nah, you're right. Because I feel what Lucis said. Like, at the end of the day, low key, it's not our business.
But if it comes up,
Yo, we gotta wrap up this topic, but I'm gonna say one thing before it. Yo, I hear 2K20's coming out. I'm breaking up with you, Trey. Niggas. Pass the motherfucker.
Yo, guys,
episode 11. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your grandma. Tell the oxtail lady who never wants to give you extra oxtail about PassTheAux. Biting ass niggas, stop trying to bite off of us because we are the
original. Truth. Never replicated, never duplicated. 20 fucking wine.
Bars.
Yes.
Bars.
Again.
Then what?
Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll wait.
And we just want to let you guys know we really do appreciate y'all, man. We're going to keep doing things to show y'all our appreciation. But for y'all to click on these videos and like them and view them and just show us love and pull up to these events, man, y'all don't understand. You are PassTheAux. We appreciate you.
Now, also, by the way, yesterday was National Senior Citizens Day. So go to your closest old head and give them a hug.
Give them a kiss on the cheek.
Kiss on the cheek. Lick their ear. Go ahead.
Yo, if they're eating pretzels, take it away. If they're eating Jello, take it away.
I ain't say, give them a little kiss on the cheek.
Give them a little real quick.
I ain't kissing them.
Old niggas be fuzzy, right?
Old niggas be
Yeah, you
fuzzy.
laughing, right? Like and comment and subscribe.
How you know old niggas is fuzzy?
Where we going out to, bro?
Yo, to be honest, I know what I'm going out to.
Yo, thank you for rocking with us.
All right.
PassTheAux, episode 11. Yo, he's about to play chance. Slide it around.
Slide it around.
Nikki, step your bars up. We'll be talking about that next episode.
You should have played Big Go High. I would have appreciated that.
Big Fish is fire.
Shout out to all my female rappers.
Birdman hand rub.
This shit fit me like a damn glove.